ॐ सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste. Abraham Lincoln said, quote, "As I would not like to be a slave, I would not like to be a master." I repeat once again, quote, "As I would not like to be a slave, I would not like to be a master." So what do you mean by this particular statement? Leadership is a question of the responsibility and accountability, but not the status. Okay, so let us revisit our home. Let us revisit our home. What is our home? Okay, we are talking about the core values, self-esteem, trust. Okay, now I also discussed there are certain things which I can do it myself. There are certain things I have to do it with the interaction with the other people. Okay, now we discuss about this. Smile, put enthusiasm into your work, fill your mind with thoughts of peace, courage, health, open prayer, count your blessings. Okay, these are all that one has to do. He has to do it on his own. But the other one, give the other person a fine reputation to live up. That means you are interacting. And now the one that you are going to do now, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. So this is also interacting with the other people. Okay. See now, this is the sixth principle. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. It's a statement. So you have to understand what is the purpose. So all this relationship or the human relation principle has got the fundamental value. One is, I want to maximize my potential. I want to make sure that I am able to maximize the potential of the person in whom I am interacting. That is one. Then create a zone of comfort. People must be very relaxed. They're able to come out with the best solution. Then you have to travel from me to we. Okay. Then it's basically a question of win-win philosophy. And also establish the harmony. If you ask me, why do you have all these kind of human relation principle? That means I want to be happy. I want to make sure the other person also be happy so that we can establish the harmony. Okay. See now, when you ask questions, instead of giving direct answers, we have got 6 friends. Unfortunately, we don't use them. Okay, the first friend is why. What do you mean by why? The entire progress in the human society depends upon the question why. When you keep on asking why, that means you are able to maximize your capacity to think. Okay, when you talk about why, when, what, who, where, how. So all these questions are powerful. Okay, now this is the particular principle you have to keep it in your mind. Whenever you are talking to people also, try to find out, okay, how can you really use these particular questions. Now, Nobody likes order. Okay, maybe the people in the restaurant, they like the order. All our marketing boys, they like order. Isn't it? So most of the people, we don't like order. Suppose you give the order to people, that means you are questioning the fundamental capacity to think for the other person. And you also undermine his capacity to think and also undermine his ability. And you also treat him like the animal. Something like you are trying to train a dog or a kind of a cat, isn't it? So please try to understand you are dealing with a human being. That means everybody has got a fantastic capacity to think. It is not the question of the position. As an individual, I want to maximize my potential and make sure that I am able to make the other person to maximize his potential so that there will be a progress in all our interaction. Okay. Then I just tell you, who get the order? Customer. All our marketing guys, they want orders. See, maybe I am a managing director or a chairman or whatever it is. Isn't it? Now, I will keep on giving the order to people. Hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Now, it is a reflection on myself that I have a low self-esteem. Okay. And I also got a feeling I am the only person who can do it. So how can you do it the other way? Approaching these things in a different way. Now, when you are interacting with the people also, okay, you must try to understand that yes, I am a human being. I am also interacting with one more human being who has got the same capacity or more capacity or lesser capacity. But I want to make sure that our interaction will be very fruitful. Think. Now, instead of saying, do it like this, that means what happens? Do you understand this? Am I able to communicate properly? Am I clear? Then sometimes what I do is, I ask them to repeat also. Okay, now I'll also give one more simple example. See, when you have a seminar in Taj Residency, okay, there is a board. They say don't smoke. Okay, say one of this person from Philips, India, he talked to my person and he said, how the hell, the S.H. Chandran Institute is doing it like this? He said, don't smoke. No, I want to smoke. Okay, then he said he was looking for me. The other person came and told me, sir, this man is a little bit upset. Then he said, how the S.H. Chandran Institute can do this kind of a command, don't smoke. Then believe it or not, I immediately changed the board. He said, non-smoking zone. Non-smoking zone. Then when he came back, this is right. Okay, now why I am trying to say this particular word is, I am giving the same message, but the way in which I am doing it makes all the difference. Okay, now I want to give my own experience. One of my executive, he want to shift one table from one place to the other place. Okay, so the table was in the ground floor and it must be shifted to the first floor. It has to go through the staircase. Now when I came back, so my executive was just giving the instruction to my driver. So it must be like this, you must turn like this, you must like this. And my driver was listening. And I just watched for a few minutes. Then I asked this particular guy, I say, listen, don't give too much of, instruction. He has got a fantastic, the capacity to think on his own. Isn't it? Then what I told him, I just told him, say Narayanan, this table must go to the first floor. Do it on your own, without any damage. So believe it or not, he did a fantastic job. Whatever that manager told him, he never did it. He had his own ideas, and without any damage, he did it also. Now, what do you mean by this particular one? That means everybody has got a kind of a capacity to think on their own. Don't rob their capacity to think. Can you say, can you do this? That is one. The other one is a question of the emotional dimension. See, whenever I go to the shop, see, I had one particular habit. When I keep on talking to the people, then I know it has to be done like this. But I'll never give any kind of a suggestion. I'll keep on asking the operator or the person who is handling. Then I keep on asking questions, why, yeah, okay, like this, you do it also. Then the way in which I am asking the question, I know what will be the result. Suppose if I keep on asking the questions, and he is able to keep on replying. Right? Now, the way in which I am asking the question, the way in which I want to be done. But once you are able to get it from his mouth, that means he has got the ownership. Suppose if I tell him, do this, without asking questions, if they are not involving, if there is no emotional dimension, that means he will not have the ownership. But once he knows that it is his idea, although I have kept on asking questions, that means he has got a tremendous amount of ownership. Then he does it. Okay. I want to give one small little caution. See, when I talk about, they interacting with the people, I always call it as a PF factor, not Provident Fund, but easy to remember. Okay, that means every interaction that you are doing with the people, you must be very polite. Doesn't really matter what is your position in the organization or in your society. That means you must have a kind of the humility. Okay, that means you must be very polite. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Must be polite. That is one. The other thing is you must be very firm. When I say firm, yes, this exactly has to be done as a leader. So although you are involving the people, you cannot compromise on the result. So ultimately, it depends upon the capacity to get more progress. It is ultimately depends upon the progress. Okay, that means the real challenge. Be polite and be very firm. And I use this not only in our organization, even in the Rotary clubs, in all the interactions. And sometimes I used to tell people also, look, this is what has to be done. It is not my wish. It is the wish of the customer. So it has to be done. But I will give a lot of facilities, whatever you want. I will be with you. It is our project. So it has to be done also. See, otherwise what happens? Suppose if we keep on being very polite and not very firm, see, that means you cannot get things done. The purpose of this human leadership principle, not to be goody-goody. Not to be goody-goody. Make the other people also understand that it must be a kind of a progress in our interaction. Okay, take care. All the best. Stay safe. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः